Hi Webber fans, so today we're going to be doing Jack'd Up Meatloaf on the Genesis. So what we'll do is get straight to it. Hi Webber fans, welcome back to the channel again. Those who are new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. Now don't forget, everything I show in the video today, there will be links in the description below for the best place to get your Webber products, and the recipe will be down there as well, so make sure you check those out. Right, so as I said, in today's video, what we're going to be doing is some jacked up meatloaf. Now you've got your regular meatloaf, we're going to be jazzing it up a bit, and we're going to be putting some Jack Daniels in it, a few chili peppers, spicing it up a bit. It's an absolute fantastic recipe. What we'll do is we'll jump straight into it. Right, so we're going to want to preheat our Genesis, and we're going to want to set it up to around 225 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 110 centigrade. Now you can do this on the kettle, and you can do this on the family queue. Now it's going to be a low and slow process, and because we're using a smoker box, we're going to need to do it on the Genesis. You can do it on the family with the smoker box as well. If you've got the baby queue, you're better off making a smoker packet like I've done, and I will put an icon above linking to that video on how to make your smoker packet. So what we're going to do is zoom in, and I'll show you how I set the Genesis up to keep it on that low and slow process. And it's going to be cooking around 4 hours, and we're going to be getting that meatloaf to around 165 degrees, which is 74 degrees centigrade. So what we'll do is zoom in, and I'll show you how to set your Genesis up. Now because we've put that sauce over that meatloaf, we've got sugar in it. Now as you know, sugar's going to burn and it's going to make a mess. Now because we're not using these burners, there's going to be no direct heat here, there's going to be indirect heat. But what I'm going to do is put one of these trays underneath, and I will put a link in the description of where to get these. So we're just going to sit that there above where our roast is going to go. Next up, what we're going to do is light our Genesis. Now I'm just going to put this outside burner, light it, leave it for a 10-minute preheat on high, and then I'm going to turn it down to low. So with our wood chips, we've got hickory wood chips. I find that's the best wood to use to get that flavour and that smoke into your meatloaf. And we're just going to put that above the burner there. So we'll light this on high, leave it for 10 minutes, and then we'll turn it down to low. So we'll just light that first. That's lit. So we'll turn that down to high and leave that for a 10-minute preheat. Well, so now that Genesis is preheating, it's time to get this meatloaf prepared, and there's a few ingredients you're going to need. So what we'll do is we'll quickly run through what ingredients you need. And don't forget, the recipe is in the description below, as well as everything I use today and the best place to get your Webber products. So what we'll do is jump in and start looking at what ingredients you need to get this meatloaf prepared. And it takes literally about 15 minutes. Well, so first up, you're going to need 2 pounds or a kilo of minced beef. You're also going to need half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a medium red onion, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 2 eggs lightly beaten. We're going to use a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. We're going to use some Jack Daniels. We're going to use some homemade steak rub, or you can buy your own preferred steak rub, it's entirely up to you. 1/4 cup of milk, and 6 ounces of cheese and some crushed chilies. So what we'll do is start getting this into a bowl and mixing it all up. Right, so we're going to be using a kilo of minced beef today, and I've got this from my local supermarket, which is Coles, and it's a 17% fat content. As we all know, fat means flavour, and that's what you need. So as long as you're around the 15% mark, you're pretty good for your fat content. So we'll get this in the bowl first, and then start getting this all combined and mixed together. So now we're going to add all our ingredients. So we're going to add half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a medium red onion. I've grated this with the grate. It's all going to mix in really nice. Then we're going to have 2 cloves of minced garlic, or 3. I've used 3 because I like my garlic. Next we're going to put in 2 lightly beaten eggs. So this is just for moisture. A tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, a quarter cup of milk, a tablespoon of your homemade rub or your favourite barbecue rub you use on beef, and 2 tablespoons of Jack Daniels. Now all we want out of this is just the essence to flavour that meat. We're going to be making some more of that and putting some more Jack Daniels in the sauce. So now we're going to combine all this. Now you don't want to overwork it because you don't want your meat dry. So we're just going to mix this up by hand. That's it, and we're just going to separate this into 2 pieces. We'll just tip that out and we're just going to separate that into 2 piles. So we'll just cut that in half. Well, so now we split that in 2. What we're going to do is going to just do this grill plate. We've got holes in there as well to allow any excess moisture to go through. So we're going to put our base on there first and then construct the rest of our meatloaf. Now to get our meatloaf that shape, all I've done is got a baking tin, a bread tin, and literally just patted that down to that shape and then tipped it over. So that's our base and that's our top. Now to jack this up, it's not just the Jack Daniels, we're going to put some cheese in there. Now it's just normal cheese from Coles, but we're going to spice it up a little bit more. And what we're going to do is just shake some chili flakes just over the top to give it a little bit of spice. So that's literally half a tablespoon of chili flakes, and now we're ready to put the top on. So just try and seal those edges to stop all that cheese squeezing out to begin with. Also, before we get that meatloaf on that Genesis, it's time for us to make our sauce that we're going to tip over the top. Now, as I said, it's jacked up, so we're going to be jacking up a little bit more. We're going to be putting half a cup of ketchup, you want 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, and on comes the Jack Daniels. So we've got 1/4 of a cup of Jack Daniels. Now most of this alcohol, well, all the alcohol is going to cook out, but you're going to get that flavour of that Jack Daniels through the sauce. So all this is coming on the outside as well. And if you remember, we put some chili flakes on the inside of that cheese. Well, we're going to put some chili flakes on this sauce as well to give it a little bit more heat on the outside. And we're just going to mix all that up. We're just going to tip our sauce over the top. Now it's going to be a little bit runny. Most of that will cook off and it will thicken up. And it's time to get that on the Genesis with the smoker. Right, so our Genesis is preheated for 10 minutes. The smoker's started to smoke slowly, so that smoke will release over those 4 hours. I will be topping the chips up around the 2-hour mark. So again, these chips have been soaked for around 20 minutes. You can soak them overnight. Just make sure your second batch are soaked, ready for when you put them on your Genesis. So we'll just zoom in and you can see it's sitting around the 225-degree mark, around 110 degrees, and we've turned it down to low. Let's get this on. Right, so it's been 4 hours. We've just hit 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 74 Celsius. So it's ready to get this meatloaf off. So you can see that cheese has oozed out. So again, make sure you seal it properly when you do this. bits of that melted cheese and that chilli. All nice and gooey. Absolutely beautiful. So it's time for a taste test. You got that little kick from the chilies. You've got that beautiful melted cheese inside there, and you can taste the bourbon as well, and that beautiful sauce on top. Absolutely awesome. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope you found it really informative and you can see what a simple dish it is to do. It literally takes 4 hours and it tastes absolutely beautiful, especially with the essence of that Jack Daniels in the sauce and in the meat, and then that little hint of chili peppers is absolutely beautiful. So it's just a little bit of a twist on your meatloaf recipe. Like I said, there is links in the description below for everywhere to get your Weber products and the recipes down there as well. So again, those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content and contemplate showing your support by slapping that subscribe button, it's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if I like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is we'll cut to any bloopers and I'll catch you in the next one. Especially with that essence of that jam. I'm going to be using regular meat. So what I'm going to do is put one of these trees